Hi, my name is Lexash, and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be sharing how I turned that image to the other image. Yes, I'm going to be showing you behind the scenes of my retouching. First thing I do is color grade, but right now I have color graded as I wanted, and I'm going to be adding some whitening to the eyes just to kind of make it shine a little brighter. And I'm not overdoing it, as you can see. I'm not making it like white. I'm just making it slightly white. Yes, and after that I am going to enhance the iris. Now the iris is like the black thing in the eye, and just to add a little more color, more vibrance to it, and sharpness as well. So as you can see, I'm increasing the exposure and then some color temperature and adding some clarity to it, just so that it has that pop to it. Yes, that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I'm enhancing it a little bit more, as you can see, taking down the tint. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, and maybe taking up the shadows a little bit, just to enhance the color, enhance the shine, enhance the sharpness. And now I'm taking it over to Photoshop. Yes, there we go. At this point I am looking at the image. So this is in Photoshop. I'm going to just separate the two frequencies, the color frequency and the texture frequency, just so that I can work on them separately. That's what frequency separation is. You try to work on them without affecting each other, without affecting the texture, without affecting the color. You work on the texture and the color separately. Yeah, so I usually use between 10 and 19 as my radius for the blur layer, because I want less detail in the low frequency layer, but like in images that are further away, there's less detail to work with, so I use a smaller blur. So we're talking between 2.5 and 6, depending on how far the image is and how much less of the screen it takes. Yes, right now, as you can see, I've done it, and then the first thing I do is I use the mixer brush to even the transitions between the highlights and the shadows, and also even out the highlights and even out the shadows. Exactly, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to speed it up so it doesn't take too much time. I'm not actually this fast. I'm just speeding it up. So it's important to zoom in and zoom out, just so that you can see what you're working on closer when you're doing the work, and further away when you're doing bigger stuff, so that you have a sense of how people are going to look at it. Hardly do people go this close to see the images, but you want to be very detailed. You want to make sure that you're getting everything, but then you also want to be careful that you are not overdoing it. That's why you zoom in and zoom out as you go along. And right now I'm removing the pimples. Now take note, I'm only removing pimples. I don't remove things that are normally on the skin. So I don't remove scars, I don't remove tribal marks, except the client specifically requests for that. But I remove like pimples, things that are there today and not there tomorrow. Yeah, that's what I do. So again, this is sped up. It's not like I'm this fast retouching, but yeah. And you need to make sure that you're picking textures that are very, very close to what you're taking out, just so that the textures are consistent. Don't like take from a far place, or take from a place that the texture is very, very different from what you're trying to replace. So I move between the low frequency layer and the high frequency layer, just to make sure that I am seeing everything clearly, and just taking things out as they should be. Yeah. Just another thing I try to take note of is to make sure that even when I'm retouching, it doesn't look like any work has been done. It has to be as clean and consistent as the original image. So the only thing I do is just remove blemishes that are very obvious and distracting and are usually not there. So you can see the texture is still intact, the color is still intact, everything is in its place. It's just the pimples that are out of the image. So when you see an image that is retouched properly, it looks like nothing has been done, but then you can see amazing skin, you can see amazing, you know, light falls, and yeah. Make sure as much as possible you get the chest as well. I notice a lot of photographers miss out on that. They just, you know, clean the face, and the face eventually has like totally different colors and textures than the rest of the skin. So avoid doing that. Make sure that you are getting the chest and the skin as well. And at this point, I think I'm almost done. I'm just going to be cleaning out some outstanding things from a wide shot. And yes, I think we are almost good. And at this point, I just save the image and go back to Lightroom. Yeah, and that's pretty much what my process looks like. So you're going to be seeing the before and then the after in a short bit. And there you have it. This is the retouched image. This is before, and now this is after. I hope you really learned a few things. If you have any questions, please drop them below. Yeah, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be really grateful. Till next time, it's your boy Lexash.